Well, these games are always popular, and there's yet another one. Hello again there, friends and fans. Raptor here, and welcome to our first look at the full release 1.0 now of Builders of Greece. This game, just like many others, allows us to build in ancient Greece, and there's also, of course, ancient Roman city builders that are everywhere in ancient Egypt too, and this is yet another one in a long line of games coming out left and right in building in the ancient world. Well, welcome aboard. Good to see you all here. Thanks for subbing to the channel, and don't forget to hit that like button. Glory to Raptoria down below in the comment section, because we got a big year of great city builders coming, including later this year, hopefully Anno 11.7, allowing us to build in ancient Rome. Now, there's also recently ancient Egyptian city builders that we took a look at, and even some other Greek and Roman city builders that have dropped just within like the spring months, like Citadellum, for example. So these games are always plentiful, and so if you're a big fan of building ancient cities, I mean, there's literally no end to these types of games, and typically they do involve military combat, just as this one does, and also allows us to attack or defend, build ships, and do so much more. So let's find out what's new with the 1.0 version here today, and have ourselves a good time. Looks like there's scenarios, a sandbox mode, and some actually nice, really good looking art here. Let's go do a scenario then and see what lies in store for us. New beginning, age of war, and birth of democracy. That's cool. So we have like 3 chapters of focusing on starting to build a city, managing one through war, and then probably end game stuff of advanced building. And of course, the sandbox being a combination of all of these, probably unrestricted, allowing us to build all the way through like in the classic Sierra city builders, which are so good. All right, let's go to new beginnings. Love the load screen. That's good.
The island is already visible on the horizon, and after such a long voyage, it is good to finally feel the solid land under your feet. Fertile soils, virgin forests teeming with game, rich deposits of raw materials, and an azure ocean so abundant with fish they almost swim into the nets themselves. It is not an island, but an untouched paradise, bathed in the sun, our new home.
Wow. I'll have to check a little bit later.
We have barely set foot on these shores. People desire a vibrant center where ideas can flow and trade can flourish. Let us raise the Agora as the beating heart of our settlement, build the first houses for our people, and connect them with a common road.
I'll have to check to see in the Sandbox version if there's some sort of procedural generation or map select mode, because the map, as I was seeing it in the intro, looked gorgeous. So they did put in a lot of detail here. There's a lot of gorgeous rock, and we see some mineral deposits, maybe things like clay, marble, maybe iron down there, and of course the animals that they mentioned too. So very pretty, and certainly a big island as well. There's a lot of spots to build on this one. Very nice. Let's see what's over here. What do we have? Oh, bandit camps. Oh, all right. That's interesting. So a little bit manor lords here with having to go out and clear bandit camps in our territory when we get started. All right, that's cool. We'll have people to fight then right off the bat, and then we'll have to worry about them maybe attacking us as we get started. All right, so where would be a good spot for us to build? Anywhere? The Agora could be built, and then we can start building a city around that. It almost looks like we can build anywhere we want. This is a good starting spot, I reckon, but also this is a good spot too. A little further away from those camps, so let's maybe build here. I think this is kind of the suggested area, but it does look like we can build where we want. Military mode too, so absolutely we're going to get military units, infantry, skirmishers, and cavalry. Great, those will help us against those bandits and anybody else who comes to mess with us. And then our classes too up at the top, so we've got people with different work classes, and also looks like unemployed, employed warriors. We've also got builders, meat, fish, wood, planks, clay, ceramics, and stone to worry about. So as you'd imagine, all the basic parts of an ancient city builder for sure. Okay, let's go ahead and close that and start with the Agora. And that's basically like the center of town. And they're recommending we don't build anywhere near there, maybe. Oh, area occupied by a bandit camp. Wow, there's way more bandit camps than I was expecting. They're 4, but they're very close. Yeah, there's one right up there too. Let's try to build over here, actually, on this side. There we go. That's more like it. All right, a little further away and a little bit more room to build, I think. Even better. All right, let's go ahead and plop this one down and connect it with road. So R to rotate, nice. And a little blueprint of what it'll look like before we put it down. Always appreciate that. Let's go ahead and plop that right about there. And there's all the market stalls and shops. Some decorations, some carts around. Very nice. Very nice indeed. All right, let's build some roads. I guess we'll build all the way around. And let's go ahead and see if we can do that all the way. All right, cool. And then we'll build a road maybe down to the shore, because of course we're going to have fishing at some point. All right, build 3. Oh no, Theti's cottages? This is like our bottom tier, like our peasants. And only up from here. Oh, let's also build a road to the sides too. That'll be helpful. Is there a hotkey for roads? I didn't see one. Also, I must say the text is awfully small. Like, it's very hard to read the subtitles there. And I also don't think it has to be on the screen all the time, which, yeah, I think we can just remove that, so that's fine. The narration's good, though. Good voice actor. I like that. We got administration buildings here, warehouse and a marketplace. And then we've also got the homes here. So we're going to build the homes maybe on the left side there, all the way down to the cliffs. This is gorgeous. Ancient Greece is such an interesting place and an interesting time. I'm going to go ahead and place 6 of those down because it just makes sense. And you can see the buildings constructing themselves little by little. That I like. Oh, and there's actually people here doing the construction. All right, that's cool. So bit by bit, you can see blocks going into place, framework going into place. The buildings aren't just coming up out of the ground. This is the new way to do it. And the little jiggle when the building's done. That's cool for a visual cue. If you're looking from far away, you now know your building's up and running. Very good. Let's see, production buildings. So we got hunting and fishing. We could probably get started with some of these things right away without even being told. We know it'll be important. Put a little fishing dock over there. Oh, what's that? Maybe we'll put it over here then. Nah, we'll put a warehouse over there for what looks to be maybe clay. We'll see.
Our small colony needs wood to be able to develop. Let's build woodcutters' huts.
More wood is needed.
Set up a sawmill and transform raw logs into planks that will serve us as building material.
All right, you got it. So let's go ahead and do a building material woodcutter's home. And I see 100% there. That seems to be the cost of building it. I see. There's our currency in the corner then. So taxes, which will probably be based on what we provide to our citizens, and then also maybe based on what rank they are, how many of that rank there are. Something like that. Let's go ahead and plop down another one. Now, I'm wondering if this actually has to be placed in the forest or if it could just be anywhere and then they'll grow the forest around them. Sometimes, very rarely, but sometimes in these types of games, a logger can also grow the trees around them. Okay, well, if we're going to need wood, do we need any other processing for that? A lumber mill, okay. Oh, look at that. They cut down all the trees around them. Okay. Well, it looks good to have it in the forest. I mean, it makes sense. Let's go ahead and place this here. Try to keep our buildings together. There we go. All right, let's see. What else do we have? A marketplace warehouse. Storage and distribution of resources, increasing the amount of resources that can be stored in Polis. So that not only distributes things, but also increases the overall storage. Okay. And this is seemingly still building. No storage access. Okay, so we would need a warehouse nearby then. Oh, and there's the range of the warehouse. Okay. We'll put this one a little further to the left, and maybe we could do some farming over here. Food production, maybe more minerals and raw materials. So let's go ahead and put that there. So that should help us to distribute that. So the wood should go, I would hope it would go straight from the logging site to the sawmill and then store that in the warehouse. That'll be cool. And then we should also start thinking about food beyond the fish. And maybe the fish, yeah, okay, is without a range too. I thought maybe perhaps the main Agora would be close enough, but it is not. But we'll put this down here so that way anything we build along the shore should be able to get picked up right away. So any fishing or production we put down here should be within range of that warehouse. Dobre. Good. What is that? Deposit? Oh yeah, okay, that's shining, so there's some minerals there that we could use. Good. And we need to produce planks, so that'll be done now as soon as the things are all transferred. So we got people cutting down trees, we got people turning those into logs, and then lumber, and then putting that lumber into the actual warehouse that we just completed. Very nice. Apparently we're also supposed to build another woodcutter's house, so let's do that too. So we'll double down on our production of wood. I think we can build another one like up here. So it does look like they grow it around them. Okay. So you don't have to have this directly in the forest, but I think it looks better in a forested area. Let's go ahead and put that there. And then plop that down there. Perfect. Okay, so then we'll have another one ready to go. All right, let's speed up time a little bit while we wait. Oh, actually, 1, 2, 3. Those are all for our production things at the bottom. Okay, that's nice. We'll go speed 2 now and speed things up a bit, as now we're making enough logs to make enough planks. That's cool. Planks, clay, ceramic, stone, fish, meat, rebellion risk as well if people are unsatisfied. That's another thing to consider. Those who are in the Rebel Alliance. Alright, what else can we build? Warehouses have gone down. We've got a quarry, ceramics workshop, clay pit. That's probably going to be the next thing we do.
Let's ensure full tables and a growing number of residents. Hunting and fishing will provide a stable food supply, and caring for the lowest social class will strengthen satisfaction and attract new settlers. The balance between development and prosperity is the key to success.
All right, so now we got to reach a population of 150. We have to have another fisherman's hut and 2 more hunting lodges, although I'm not entirely sure if there's any sort of good or bad place to put it, but it seems to be linked to the maybe to the woodcutters as well, where they grow trees around and hunt around those lands. Okay, well, let's plop that one there. Connect these two. And let's go like this. Now, there's been speculation that that new Anno 11.7 game is going to have 45-degree angles for its road building, and I don't mind grid-based city builders, and I think it's actually kind of cool. It's a different style that makes you think differently, and I would love to see more games that are able to do 90 degrees also do 45-degree angles too. It's kind of nice to just, you know, it's usually a counting thing, like in Pharaoh or Caesar or whatever. When you're putting down a building, what distance, how many numbers away it is from the market or something like that. So it's a really cool thing to be able to plan out a city that way, knowing, especially after you've played it a long time, how big the range of like the granary is, or the market, or a hospital building. And then you can plan it in advance, and it feels good to know that. Alright. So now we got to reach a population of 150 and build that second fisherman's hut. I think we'll continue to increase the number of homes. Although I think we probably have enough. I want to delete that. I think we have enough homes, but our city's only going to grow. It is a city builder, so let's do just that. Oh, while I'm trying to select things. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, okay. Keep that on pause for now, then. All right, delete that. There we go. Hope we're getting all of our resources back. I sure do. Let's see. I would also appreciate an eyedropper tool to be able to, you know, copy buildings. And I hope more games, especially the grid-based ones, do the thing where you're able to like click and drag a whole area, like a whole neighborhood, and then place it on the other side. Especially if you're a person who likes symmetry, it'd be cool to be able to set up a neighborhood and then put down whatever services that neighborhood may need. And then once you copy that and put it somewhere else, it grows as quickly as possible because it's got everything it needs. And then it's just down to how quickly people can move in and, you know, upgrade their homes to whatever tier you're trying to go for. That's always cool. All right. Wow. All right. So now we've gone 4 times the size. We've got 4 big O neighborhoods going. I'm hoping this will bring in a lot of good cash for us too, because of course you see here income is at 7. And one thing I can remember about this game, checking out all the updates, is that it's very hard at the start, like in most games, to get money, because it's not until people are later, higher levels where they're really starting to pay taxes on things like olive oil and wine and fine fabrics. And so at the start, people aren't really paying a lot. But we just bopped up to 22 now, so that's good. But I'm not sure what's driving that up. Oh God, look at all of our expenses: production, extraction, administration, and buildings in general, maintenance. So, well, it does seem to be required to build more buildings. So that's what we're doing. So we're 120 out of 150. Each home is carrying, oh, it's actually 15 people per home. But maybe if we upgrade the house, it'll hold more.
On the road to the greatness of our polis require solid foundations and even greater creativity. Ensure the extraction of stone and clay, and then breathe life into them in the ceramic workshop. This way, we will create buildings that are more durable and more beautiful.
Durable and beautiful, that's me. All right, we also need to build a quarry. So we got our clay pit down by the beach. That's good. There's a quarry. That's, yep, right there. Okay. I'm assuming this is just stone. Maybe it's not marble yet. We might just be building things out of stone. And then we also need the ceramics workshop, and we need to produce ceramics from that. So let's do a new workshop. There it is, ceramics workshop, and next is the quarry after that. Okay. Where should we put our artisan quarter? Yeah, maybe we'll put that closer to the cliffs or something. Like down here, that'd be cool. All right, let's do that. Now, I haven't seen any sort of military defenses in this game, so no palisades, no towers or anything of that nature. But our troops, of course, will be the wall. A wall of spear and shield. Okay, looking good again, so everything I think is constructing now. And hopefully that clay, as he mentioned, will be something where we can upgrade our homes with that. I also wonder if we're going to need to make clay roof tiles. That could be a thing. Wow, look at all the people. A lot of people heading out this way to the old, like, logging area. There's a lot of people coming out this way. 100% I'm assuming means efficiency. I don't see anything. Oh, there it is. Oh, that maybe perhaps the size of the forest, like it's 100% grown. Ready to go. All right, we are making 93 bucks. It's good. I believe that's the old Greek term for that. Also, I found out recently that French fries are actually not made in France. They're made in Greece. Yeah, you got it. There you go. Yep. That was a pretty good one, wasn't it? You know what else is pretty good is subscribing to the channel and hitting that like button. Let's get a hand in, people. Helmet's not a chair. Let's go. Let's go. Hell yeah, another city builder. Let's go. Hype and excitement. All right, looks like the clay maker is coming over to deliver clay. That's a long way to go. We got to put a warehouse a lot closer than that. That is it's within range, but since they have to come up onto the cliff, that's a long way to go. Let's build another warehouse maybe here. There we go. And I hope we also get decoration. Oh, there it is. Perfect. Yes, there's decorative items too. I believe these are just a one-time payment, so I hope we don't have to pay maintenance and upkeep, which would take a little fun out of it, I think. You know, because then you have to even plan, well, even more of a plan before you build something. Okay, that looks nice. All right, we can build one of these. And could we put down like a square below that? It would be nice to put down like a marble or a stone, cobblestone like foundation or something. I'm sure decorative items will have some sort of play on the game in the future. There's also tier 2 stuff.
Our
oh, there you go.
humble colony is growing day by day, and now we aspire to become a true village. Let us strengthen our foundations and bring comfort to those who have chosen to live under our guidance.
All right, so we can absolutely build one of these. I don't know, though. Can a road be attached to this and people walk just right through that? That'd be kind of a cool thing towards the entrance, but we'll figure that out later. But it does look like there's a lot of decorative items, and I hope that we're able to do kind of more in-depth decoration that way by integrating it into roads and pathways. All right, reach Milestone Village. Now, how do we do that, sir? We need to have 400 people in the town. Okay, so we're at 324 and climbing, it looks like. And 13 out of 15 in a lot of these homes. We might need to make even more homes. But again, city builder, we're only going to need more people, so we may as well bite the bullet now and get it done. I think we'll go with one more neighborhood here. I don't think I can click and drag, can I? We'll try that the next time I make buildings. We'll see if I can click and drag a bunch of homes into a direction. Sometimes I forget to do that because a lot of games still don't have that option. Also, we should make room for a park or something. What we can do is, I think we'll build a neighborhood first, and then we'll kind of move some of these buildings to the side, and we'll build more out here, and then decorate on each of the street corners to make it look nice.
Our community is beginning to desire more sophisticated goods.
Shout at me louder.
Expand wheat cultivation, build a mill and bakery, and meet the growing needs of the residents to enhance their satisfaction and health. Let these beautiful grain fields become another pillar of prosperity.
Louder, sir. Louder. All right. He's right, though. Let's get started with the wheat farm, wheat fields, mill, and bread factory. The bakery, yes. Okay, what are we going to do here? So we got the winery. Perfect. Perfect for the kids. Mill and bakery. Now, I wonder in this game, I like it when a game gives you bonuses for putting things people like in the town. Sometimes people like to be near the bakery because, you know, the closer you are to fresh bread, the better. And so it's really cool when a game will give you bonuses for putting what production buildings you could just put to the side and throw a wall around them and then integrate it into the city where it gives small bonuses or buffs. And, you know, if you're trying to get every little bonus you can, that might be a good way to do it. There's our wheat farm there, and it's not too large. I did say we would put food production over here, so let's go ahead and plop one down. Maybe right over here at the end of the line. And that is kind of close to the warehouse still, so that's fine. Alright, good. And then we're going to need a mill and a bakery. And is that a windmill? Oh, it looks like it might be turned by hand or by, like, an ox or something. Alright. Well, I guess we could keep that kind of close. Put the mill there, and then our bread bakery we could put a little closer to the town. We could put that over here, I guess. There we go. Give that a shot. Alright, and then wheat fields need to be attached to that. Oh, okay, so we have to place down the wheat fields. It won't automatically grow wheat within that area. Interesting.
Before we raise a joyful toast to our development, we must take care of the vineyard, the winery, and a comfortable place for feasting. Properly processed wine grapes will provide a wonderful drink, and Lesha will allow us to celebrate in the atmosphere of shared joy. Let our citizens feel pride and the exquisite taste of success.
Hype and excitement. Oh, we can do military buildings now, too. So we got barracks and archery ranges that we can put down. We've also got, as you mentioned, the Lecce. What is it? Oh, it's like a bar. Like a pub, okay. Got a Noria as well, and a healer's house. And I could only imagine some of the scenarios are probably set up to where we could do it like that, too. And also, it looked like the scenarios were playable in any order, although this one's kind of more of a guided sandbox mode for starting a city. This would be a good one to do if you're thinking about playing this game and you want to play sandbox mode. This might be best to play first to learn how the order of things are supposed to go, and then go do them in the other one. But, you know, to each their own. All right, let's build our grape. We're going to build our grapes. The grapevine. No, grapes. And we're going to put our little vineyard over here, I suppose. Yeah, kind of close to the farm. We could expand that farm a little bit, but I'm going to put our winery over here. And now that we know that about the more than likely, 6 spaces, it might be a good idea to overlap 2 buildings to where you can have one on either end pointing towards each other and then fill all that space. And then build a whole square around that. Might be a good idea to do that. So this is 6 as well. Okay, so same deal as with the wheat farms, and it doesn't have to be connected to the buildings, so that is cool. We could build a road through here, and yet they could still reach the grapes on the other side, so that's nice to know. In games like, Anno 1800, they have to be connected to the building, which can get a little annoying. Because you can't have a road going between the farm. Like, it would be impossible for the workers of the vineyard to walk across, to the other side. Impossible. You can't do that. According to Anno. Okay, that looks good. And now we need a winery. We can plop that there. And then we need the bar. Under a service building? Okay. Oh, yeah. All right, so this is where it comes in to demolish buildings inside the town, because you want to put that right in the middle. And this thing could make us money and make a lot of people happy, so these guys are going to be mad, but, it's all good. Is this what we're looking for? No. And apparently that'll fit. Boom. Can a house go back in there? Oh, healer's hut could. Now let's put that in too. And then we can put some decoration behind. Although I would like some other casual...
Clean water and access to natural medicines are the foundation of citizens' health care. Build a Noria to ensure a constant supply of water, invaluable also in case of fires. And with the help of herbalists and healers, you will prevent many diseases and give residents a sense of security.
Okay. Well, looks like we got a little jump on that already. What is this? No materials, right? They'll have to be delivered. Okay. So, oh, that's herbs that he has in total. Okay, herbalist house, healer's house. Okay, so the herbalist will have to make herbs for the healer, I think. And we also need to put down a Noria, as we saw before. So is that a service building? Yeah. And that's kind of like a public well? All right. That'll do there. Okay. And then... herbalist hut. Just checking out all the things we have now. Builder's house, administration buildings there. Military. And just the cottages. Okay. Alright, so, and then there's more tabs here. So there's our herbalist house, wheat farm, grapevines too. So the herbalist house would probably be like for just the herbs. Maybe make some better cooking too. Alright, so that'll be the last one we need. I find these menus a little awkward to navigate, but I think the more I play, the more I'll understand. It's not a big deal, really.
Our settlement is developing at a very satisfactory pace.
Louder!
But some lands are still in the hands of bandits, preventing us from further expansion. Prepare to drive them out of the occupied territories. Build barracks and a shooting range to gain access to recruiting your own military force. Only in this way will we regain land and freedom to develop.
Damn, we're gonna get guns? He said a shooting range. All right. Hell yeah, brother. Well, let's put down a barracks. Let's put down a good old archery range, brother. Boom, boom. We'll put those right there. All right, one done. And before he yells at us again, let's turn that down. He's a little, all the other volume is pretty balanced. Let's turn him down by 10. And they're constructing that other building. So 2 out of 3 builders. I guess we get more by building more builders' houses. How are we doing on everything else? Fish and meat are going down because the population's just going up. But we could do with more flour, hence more wheat. So that'd be wheat. Let's go do that. Let's do another wheat farm.
Finally, we can focus on forming true ranks of soldiers. Create an army and recruit a sufficient number of units to be able to face anyone who tries to hinder the flourishing of our polis. A powerful army is our guarantee of security and effective expansion to further areas of the island.
It's a good idea. I do like the fact that we have to secure the island before we can expand and can't just build anywhere freely. I do like that in Manor Lords, how there's some rules to expanding. Even Anno has rules with having to capture multiple islands, and there's materials you have to bring in order to do that, and then they're very fledgling at the start. You have to keep real close eye on things. So any game that kind of lets you do things little by little, even like with park builders, for example, it's cool when you have to buy territory and manage money, in order to buy those things. So that is pretty neat. Let's see. I think we'll build across here. Looks fine to me. Sure. All right. So more wheat hopefully means more flour. Herbalist is working well. Oh, the mill needs 10 wheat in order to make 10. Oh, is it really a 10 to 10 ratio? Or is that maximum storage? Okay. All right, let's go ahead and make some troops. Let's go get rid of the enemy. So we want to make an archer and an army, I guess. So we're going to have to do that, I think, from this tab here. Yeah. Okay. So let's make a infantry unit and a slinger unit. So I think we're making both right now. Oh, you can see them practicing. Those are some interesting slings they're using. All right, fair enough. Oh, they want us to recruit 9 squads. Wow. Well, I think we'll do 2. Wait, why is that under ranged? Oh, maybe these troops go with that army. Oh. So I've created multiple armies, actually, instead of one big army. Is there a way to cancel? Let's see. Let me close this menu, open it up again. Okay, so we have 1 unit available. And we'll need more something or other to make these. More stone and stuff. Okay, let's speed up time then. Because all we need is money and materials to make those guys. That is crazy that we need 9 squads to defeat what seems to just be a small rabble of rebels. But they are fortified. But barely. I mean, it looks like they put a couple stick down. They were going to build a palisade, put a couple sticks down, and then got bored.
Understood. At once.
Oh, right-click to deploy the army. Okay.
Understood.
Is there a way to get that army back into... Oh, I guess we could maybe add to it from here. Okay, so we can add 4. So we got 6 now. I think I'll do one more ground unit and then an archery unit or a ranged unit. So I could imagine when these troops are done, they'll go join the army out in the field. So if we need reinforcements. Oh, we're literally training individuals. Oh, and they go right there. Okay. All right, so as we're training, it's literally one soldier. I thought these were like squads or something that were going to be a, you know, like a large group. Wow. That's pretty. Pretty awesome. Now we're just going to stand by for a little bit. We're on ×3. I guess the only thing that would make this faster is multiple barracks. Okay, now I want to make a ranged unit, and then I think we're okay. And while we wait, let's check things out. How are we doing on flour? Are we getting backed up over here? Now the mill's at 7 out of 10. And the wheat farms are working at full efficiency. Okay. And we just got a lot of people in the town, so I guess there'll be shortages here and there. But so long as we're positive, that's fine. All right, and one more unit to go. We'll make one more.
The time for a decisive offensive
Melee.
has come.
He is so loud, dude.
Strike the bandits' camp and reclaim the occupied land.
One more try. I think we'll just put them up to 12 and call it good.
To expand the borders of our civilization.
Right.
Let this be a display of determination and power that will echo across the entire island and show other bandit groups that their days are numbered.
They sure are. So we also get cavalry. I wonder if there's siege equipment in this, although I'm not sure what they had in ancient Greece for siege equipment that we could use on the island. There are giant boats we could use, but I haven't seen towers and palisades. So archers would be cool, but we can't really put them on a wall or anything.
At once. Understood. Forward.
Oh, well, we're in the bandit camp territory. They're not Alright, I don't know what happened. Let's try it again, though. I've saved beforehand. I'm not sure if there's turn-based combat in this or what. Like, I don't know what happened. I assume two armies just kind of stab at each other. One with the higher number usually wins. What the hell? I have no control. Like 502, 398. I'm not getting any sort of feedback. I can't pause. I can't scroll around. I don't know. I don't know. Huh. Well, that's weird. I'm not sure. I went back a few times to try to see what a battle would be like or how it would differ, and it just seems like we attack the camp and then things lock up. Now, this is version 1.0.2, so I'm not sure if there's been some feedback and fixes to that or what may have happened, but let's jump into a different scenario that brings us right to the Age of War and see how that differs then, and maybe we'll jump right into military combat or something of that nature.
Fleeing from the conflagration that struck our home, we found temporary refuge on an island full of bandits and pirates.
Oh, great.
Preying on the horrors of war. It's a matter of time before the invader realizes we are here. Our goals are clear. We must gather a powerful army to reclaim the island from the bandits and prepare to defend our new home.
Oh, that's cool. So same as before, we're starting with nothing and then we have to build up and take out bandit camps, but now we have options to rally too. So do we get troops? Are they going to show up? Not sure. All right, we'll play the scenario for a little bit. Then I want to go and check out Sandbox mode to see what else that may have. I would have researched it in my own time, but now I'm not even sure if it'll work. So I'll test it real quickly and see what's up. But regardless, like the concept is solid, and this is all good and fun and whatnot. But we're very limited on our spec. I wonder if we build in these. Oh, we can't because it's controlled by bandits. So that's what's really the biggest problem with the bandits, is that they'll just block construction, but they don't seem to try to kill people or rob you. At least not yet. It might be a different story when you get a little bit later. Perhaps. Okay, we built a nice little road there. Same deal as before. Looks like, again, the left side is a little more open to be able to build. So what's our goal? Oh, I guess the goal is just do exactly what we did at the beginning of the previous scenario and get big enough to be able to afford a barracks and an archery range. All right, well, let's take a look around the map. So this is like the last mission, just with a different map with more bandits on it. But I'm also curious to see how things like shipbuilding and going out to other locations with those ships would work. Trading, ships coming to and from. And then how do we get up here? Oh, yeah, these little ramps, of course. I don't really see anything of value inside the island, by the way. Like, there doesn't seem to be too much here aside from the bandit camps and then endless amounts of stone mine or areas to mine. That's interesting. I think the initial area is probably our best then. I think I did see clay here, and then there was stone. Could have iron around, or maybe actually we're still in the Bronze Age, so we'll have to find tin and copper, although I don't know if we've even seen that, so it might not be a thing in the game, maybe? I'm not entirely sure, but it is cool that we have this is essentially Sandbox now with this mission, but more of a focus on military. So it's like, hey, build a city however you want, but know you're going to go to war for 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 different bandit camps, but they don't seem to be any different either. Like, I don't know. Oh, there they are. Okay, that's your differences right there. The further inland we get, the more bandits or difficulty of bandits there are. Yeah, so these beginning ones are just a rabble of people with clubs and shields and slingers, and then by the end of it, when we probably get all the way up here, yeah, it's high tier cavalry and people with like decent shields and such. All right, neat. Okay, I want to go back to the main menu now, and again, I have tried to load that military section of the previous run many times, and I don't know what's going on. I even went back a few different saves to see, and it just seems to be the combat is kind of. But what do we have here? Rocky Island. See? Wait a minute. Sylvester Stallone is in Rocky, not. Wait a minute. This doesn't make sense. I thought what's his name was from Greece. John Travolta. He's from Greece. Why they got Sylvester Stallone Island here? It should be Greece Island. Anyway, we got Olympus Island, Hera Island, Island of Trading Haven, Island of Mountainous Wealth, and Island of Twin Mountains. Okay, yeah, Mountain Island, Island Mountain. That's all it is. It's crazy. Another thing to consider too is, are any of these maps reused in the first original 3 scenarios? Like in the scenarios, are these 3 used in there? I hope so, because you want all the maps in one place if you really liked it and want to play on it again. I feel like Hera Island could be that one, but let's go to Olympus, right? It's Greece after all, right? Oh, you can see it. Oh, let's take a look and see if it was like that. Oh, it is, isn't it? Because didn't we have to fight this way? No, actually, it was completely surrounded by mountains. Oh, these islands are cool. And then it does look like there are a few options, so we will get raided. We will get attacked, so we do have to build defenses. This island is nice. Oh, I think that might be the one. I don't know. Anyway, what else is there? Twin Island. Or Twin Mountain. And that island may be from... Yeah, I think that's from the first scenario. But this one looked pretty good, though. Olympus Island. It's Olympus, after all, so let's do it. Also, I don't know... Okay, yeah, you could build a city for free. So you could do a full sandbox and build whatever you want. That's cool. That's very nice. All right, so we only lose if we get into 5,000 debt or more, and it also looks like we start with bandits. I wonder if there's a way to turn off the bandits at the start. Was there a way to do that? I couldn't recall. But I wonder if there's a way to... No bandits, but raids. So you get attacked, but you don't have to, like, first do the attacking. You're mostly doing defending. That'd be more interesting. All right, this is a good spot to start down here. We're on the eastern side of the island, let's say. Lots of stone quarries, geez. Also, I'm not noticing the island's really providing anything different. It looks like they all have stone and clay and, you know, trees and fertility. And a lot of quarries up here. These seem like these would be a different resource, but I can't click on them to see what they are. You know, these up here seem like a little tiny stone mine versus these, which could be massive quarries. That could be marble there, perhaps, for decorations. And that's another thing, too. I'm not sure, but monument building has to be a thing in this game, right? Like, you can't just play like an ancient city builder and not get monuments to build. Like, no matter whether you're in Egypt or China or wherever, you should be able to build something big and cool. That takes a lot of your resources. Now, I'm not entirely happy with this island, but that's all right. We'll go with it. And we'll get started again just for a little bit. So it seems like the same start every time. You put down your Acropolis, and you put down your couple of buildings, and then your basic woodcutter, clay pit, and a few other things here and there, and you're good to go. All right, let's go over this way. And then we do our fishing over there. Oh, it's almost like the first island all over again. Clay down by the water. Same with the fish, of course. And then over to the right side. Perfect. And then we'll put some buildings down. So the way they had us getting started in the first scenario seems to be the way you should do it all the time. Just seems to be pretty basic standard startup for these games of build your main thing, couple houses, and then start with the resources. In this case, the woodcutter, which doesn't even have to be down there. We now know we could build like up here, anywhere. I might actually build a road all the way down there. But we'll just do the 2 woodcutters here. I'll build them a little further away from each other. There's some rules there we're going to have to figure out on how they can be laid out. And I'll do a little logging area here. A sawmill. You know, we'll do it right up here. And then we'll put down our warehouse. And we'll just connect all this together. Perfect. And we're on pause. Good. Now time for the hunters. Wow, you could do a real speedy setup on this. The builder guy is going to be working for a long time. He's got job security. There we go. And a little too far from the warehouse, but that warehouse is still under construction. So I am a little baffled on that military thing thinking about it now. I'm not sure how that's supposed to play out in this game, but I assume you right-click on a structure such as a bandit camp, and then the number on the left should be higher, that's your forces, then the number on the right, that's the enemies, and then of course you'll still take losses, but there's probably a way to send everyone back to the barracks to heal up and to maybe replenish any sort of losses you may have taken. I'd hope that'd be a thing. Okay, so we got our 2 hunting things going. Now we got our fishing camp going. Good. Okay, so yeah, 2 hunter camps, 2 loggers. Oh, and then we need our sawmill too. And that is where? Now I think we unlock a whole new set of things when we finally get a high enough population. That's, I think, what's locked it together. Oh, is that it right there? That's the lumber mill. Okay. We did build that. Then we got our clay pit. We can put that down here. And we can put a little thing down here as well. Okay. We need a warehouse. There it is. That'll be close enough. And then a ceramics workshop. And we can put that right up here. We're out of wood. More wood is needed. And we're short 24 people, so let's speed time up and build more houses. Quick build, quick move in. I'm gonna leave this neighborhood here blank for future services. And decoration. I'll just put a couple houses there. Just a couple. Oh. Looks like we built a little too far to the right there. Or to the left. Oh. The grids in this game can be hard to follow. Okay, one more there. I'll go back to the original plan and leave it alone. Now, are we supposed to get a population of 350? Also, let me attempt to click and drag with the buildings. We cannot. Does not appear we can click and drag buildings of the same kind. Sad. Also, that's blocked there. Okay. And population up to 350. Yay, there we go. Did we unlock anything new now? Oh, we got to get more food. From the fishy fish. There we go. Okay, so now we should have fish and meat coming in. Lumber, a basic start. But this seems to be the same every time. This developer has certainly gone like right into what they said they would do. We'll have to see more advanced shipbuildings and things like that. But I think the trailer will do a good job of showcasing that. But as for that combat, I hope that I'm the only one experiencing that issue in whatever version I was just playing right now with the army approaching an enemy camp, because this game seems to very much be all about, you know, taking territory by killing bandits, but you can't do that if you can't kill them. So I guess we shall see. Oh, there we are. Now we're up to the tier 2, I think. Or maybe not. Oh, wow. Only 90 people employed. We'll have to build some more stuff right away. Well, folks, there's another game coming soon, too, called Viking Frontiers, and I think that dropped. I see it down there in the lower left corner, and I think that one might be a first or third person one, and all these game companies are kind of linked together trying to make, you know, like ancient Greece and Viking survival games and city builders and all that, and they're interesting, and a lot of them are pretty good, and then there's some real good bangers in there, too, but I don't know. We'll see. All right, I'm going to show the trailer off on this one in this video, so make sure you check it out too, and let me know what you think. We're just scratching the surface, of course, on a big O city builder that allows us to go very far, and there seems to be quite a bit of good content for this one, and it may still be on sale because it just recently came into 1.0. So check it out on Steam if you're curious about it, I guess. I mean, certainly good to have if you love yourself some city builders, and we'll be checking out more here on the channel. So make sure you subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and we'll see you all next time. Take care. Goodbye.